and welcome to this information session for the Arts and Disability Connect funding scheme. My name is Róisín Power Hackett, and I am Programme Support Officer at Arts and Disability Ireland. Arts and Disability Ireland, also known as ADI, is the national development and resource organisation for arts and disability in Ireland. ADI describe ourselves as championing the creativity of artists with disabilities and promoting inclusive experiences for audiences with disabilities. We do this in partnership with the arts sector. On today's session, we have Irish Sign Language interpretation provided by Michael Feeney from Bridge Interpreting and captioning provided by Stage Text. Throughout the presentation, I am going to read the text on the slides and I will give brief image descriptions. So today I am going to talk about the scheme, the New Work Award, the Research and Reflection Award, the Mentoring Award, and the Training Award. I am going to talk about who the scheme is for, about eligibility, and I'm going to talk about the different types of awards. I will give you examples of artists who have received funding. I will also talk a little bit about the type of support that applicants and people working with applicants can receive. So let's get started. The Arts and Disability Connect scheme is funded by the Arts Council, An Comhairle Ealaíon, and managed by Arts and Disability Ireland. Since its inception in 2014, the scheme has supported 169 awards led by artists with disabilities across a range of art forms. In round 1, 2024, Arts and Disability Connect will distribute approximately €60,000 to artists with disabilities. The scheme is designed to support artists to be ambitious, to develop their practice, and to connect with arts organisations and arts professionals in the Republic of Ireland. This year, the Arts and Disability Connect scheme will have 2 rounds. In each round, you can apply for either the New Work Award, the Research and Reflection Award, the Mentoring Award, or the Training Award. Round 1 opened on the 19th of March and will close at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, the 7th of May. Round 2 will open on Monday, 12th of August, and will close at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, the 8th of October. adiarts.ie/connect is where you can find all of the application forms, the guidelines, the easy read information, and the frequently asked questions. We recommend you read the guidelines of the award you are applying for carefully. This is what the web page looks like at the moment. You can scroll down to find the application forms and guidelines, which are there in blue font. You can download and save these files to your device. So who is the scheme for? It's for individual artists with disabilities. It's for artists at all stages of their careers. It's for artists who live in the Republic of Ireland, and it's for artists working in the following art forms: architecture, circus, dance, film, literature, music, opera, street arts and spectacle, theatre, traditional arts, and visual arts. Please note, it is not for people who have a craft or design practice only. Are you eligible to apply? The Arts Council and Arts and Disability Ireland take our definition of disability from the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. This states, persons with disabilities include those who have long-term physical, mental, intellectual, or sensory impairments, which, in interaction with various barriers, may hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. You will see in the application form, you will be asked to make a declaration. So, using this definition, are you a person with a disability? To be eligible for the scheme, you need to tick the box, yes. Next, I'm going to talk about the 4 different award types. The 4 strands are the New Work Award, where you can apply for up to €15,000. The Research and Reflection Award, where you can apply up to €5,000. The Mentoring Award, where you can apply for up to €3,000. And the Training Award, where you can apply for up to €1,000. First, I will talk about the New Work Award. For a New Work Award, artists can apply for up to €15,000. This award is for artists with a strong track record in their professional practice. The minimum amount you can apply for is €8,000. For this award, you will need to make and present ambitious new work to an audience with the support of a presenting partner. Presenting partners can include arts organizations, venues, arts centres, or arts festivals in the Republic of Ireland. I will give you some examples of those presenting partners in a moment. There will be 2 New Work Awards funded in 2024, and these are competitive. One of these New Work Awards will be funded in round 1 and the other in round 2. The funding can cover your fees, your access costs, your travel costs in the Republic of Ireland, other artists and collaborator fees, production fees, and production costs. Here is an example of an artist who received a New Work Award. Bridget O'Gorman is a visual artist and writer who partnered with Tulka Festival of Visual Arts. Bridget presented Support Work, an ambitious sculptural installation and collection of texts exploring access, support, and creative collaborations at Tulka 2023 in Galway. Tulka Festival of Visual Arts provided her with curatorial and technical support, marketing, and professional photographs of her work. On screen, there is a grey concrete floor, a close-up image of Bridget O'Gorman's artwork at Tulka, Festival of Visual Arts. The artwork is minimal visually. It consists of a long white plastic stick and disco ball remnants laying underneath it, with what appears to be a bubble gum bubble. And here is another example of an artist who received a New Work Award. Mairead Folin is a playwright and performer based in Galway and director of No Ropes Theatre. Mairead's presenting partner was Town Hall Theatre in Galway. Town Hall Theatre provided financial support, programmed Mairead's show entitled Wake, and gave in-kind technical and marketing support. On screen is a photo of rocks by the seaside, surrounded by water that is blue. There is some seaweed floating in the water. The sky is blue, and there is land in the distance. On the rock on the left-hand side is a prop from the play Wake. This is a model of an old tall ship. It is made from thick wire and painted white, and it has white sails. The next award type is the Research and Reflection Award. For the Research and Reflection Award, you can apply for up to €5,000. This funding is to help you think, research, reflect, and critically engage with your practice. It can also be used to start new relationships with presenting partners to submit a new work application in the future. Or you could begin to form strategic relationships with art professionals and organizations to apply for different types of funding in the future. The unusual thing about this award is that your fees can be up to 100% of the award itself, if that's what you need at this moment. The focus of this award is on buying time for you so that you can cultivate and think about your practice and research in order to create work. It is important to note that the purpose of this award is not to present new work. You may trial or test ideas amongst peers or closed audience groups, but you cannot have a final presentation as part of the Research and Reflection Award. There will be up to 10 Research and Reflection Awards in 2024. 5 of these Research and Reflection Awards will be funded in round 1 and the other 5 in round 2. This funding can cover your fees, your materials, your access costs, your travel costs in the Republic of Ireland, other artist and collaborator fees, if that's applicable. Here is an example of an artist who previously received a Research and Development Award, as it was formerly known. Owen O'Malley is a visual artist from Wicklow. Owen used this award to research and develop themes. He worked on a series of storm paintings. He worked with videographer Luke Robinson and artist and writer Claire Scott to document this research phase as he worked towards seeking out future exhibition opportunities. On screen is a photograph of artist Owen O'Malley in a wheelchair wearing a stripy apron in the foreground. Behind him are three abstract storm paintings on easels. The paintings include layers of color in both bright, vivid tones and muted tones with squiggly paintbrush strokes on top. Here is another example of an artist who also received the award. Diane Crotty is a theatre maker based in Dublin. With the support of Graffiti Theatre Company, Diane was funded to write and workshop a new script for young audiences. This was entitled Red Bird and was about a girl who was accused of witchcraft at the Salem witch trials in 1692. Diane also worked with the dramaturg Cathal Maguire and received advice from Mary Murray of Spotlight Theatre School. On screen is a bright pink illustration of a girl in a floor-length skirt holding a toy rabbit by the ear. She wears a witch's hat, is hiding a magic wand behind her back and smirking. The word witch and a pentagram are scratched above her. Next, I will talk about the Mentoring Award. Artists who wish to engage in mentoring opportunities can apply for up to €3,000. This funding is to provide mentoring with experienced arts professionals. Arts professionals can include artists, choreographers, curators, directors, producers, and people working for arts organizations. During your mentoring process, you will meet with your mentor at least 6 times. You will talk about issues in your practice and share information and advice. Here you can work with an arts professional to solve a problem you've identified in your practice. This funding will cover your fees, your access costs, your travel costs in the Republic of Ireland, your mentor fees, your mentor's access costs, your mentor's travel costs. The one restriction around this funding is that only €1,500 can be spent on the mentor's fees and access costs at most. This is to ensure that you, as the artist, are paid for your time and your access costs are covered. Here is an example of an artist who received a mentoring award. Róisín Power is a visual artist and writer born in Switzerland and living in County Kildare. On screen is a painting entitled The Shadow by Róisín Power. It was painted in 2022, measures 80 by 80 centimeters, and it is acrylic on board. It is very thickly painted and shows a portrait of a figure, possibly a woman with no hair, yellowish skin, and ears that stick out. The background is abstract, painted in shades of grey and blue. Above the figure's head is a thin line of orange paint stretching from one side of the painting to the other. Róisín completed a mentorship with Brian Maguire in 2022. For the mentorship, they had a series of critical conversations about her arts practice and its development. A second mentoring example is Taig Kinsella, who is a Dublin-based multidisciplinary artist working as a musician and photographer. On screen is an analog photograph entitled Pulled Apart by Tadhg Kinsella, taken in 2021 during his mentorship at Darkroom. The photograph was taken on black and white film and shows a close-up of the broken bark of trees, revealing the rotten wood on the inside of the trunk. The grain of the wood is visible and there's foliage in the background. In 2021, Tadhg did a mentorship at Darkroom, a photography studio in Dublin, with Meta Travers. He learned about Super 8 film and processing photos in a darkroom environment. The final type of award is the Training Award. Artists can apply up to €1,000 for a training award. The funding is for artists who wish to engage in professional development and other learning opportunities. You could use this funding to attend classes, workshops, and short courses to learn skills in your art form. You could attend arts events so that you can learn more about your art form and make connections with people working in the arts. Also, you can use it to apply for things like residencies and other professional development opportunities. If you prefer, you can approach an arts professional who has a skill that you want to learn, then tailor-make a training program with them. That could be centered around things you want to learn in your practice, or also it can be centered around your access requirements as well. The funding can cover your training fees, your materials, your access costs, your travel costs in the Republic of Ireland. Here is an example of an artist who received a training award. Rory O'Shea is a musician who produces the Candlelit Tales podcast. On screen is a photo of Rory O'Shea playing his bouzouki for a YouTube recording in the summer of 2022. Rory is wearing a grey top with the sleeves rolled up, a black beaded necklace and a green patterned bandana. His eyes are closed and he is playing the bouzouki with two microphones in front of him. In the background, there is a navy blue damask fabric. For his training award, Rory completed a course at Walton's New School of Music. This consisted of 12 hours of one-to-one Irish traditional guitar lessons with the professional tutor, John Sweeney. Our next example is Bleach Those Tongues, I Was Once a Liminal Daughter by Cecilia Bulow from 2020. On screen is a series of 4 images. 2 photos on the left and right show 2 bronze hares lying on their sides. There are delicate porcelain white flowers coming out from their bellies. In the center, there are 2 images. Above is an illustration of a cactus with a singular flower. Below is a photograph of the same plant. Cecilia had a very straightforward training application. She wanted to attend a welding fabrication course that was being delivered by Mick O'Hara at the Fire Station Artist Studios, and this linked back to her sculpture practice. So, a reminder of the time frame. Round 1 opened on the 19th of March and will close on the 7th of May at 4 p.m. If you are applying to round one, all of the activities in your application must happen between August 2024 and July 2025. Round two will open on the 12th of August and will close on the 8th of October at 4 p.m. If you are applying to round two, all of the activity in your application must happen between January 2025 and December 2025. Next, I want to talk about the types of support that are on offer for you to make your application. You will find recordings of information sessions from previous years on Arts and Disability Ireland's YouTube and SoundCloud channels. We also have a live come and ask questions session for round one on Zoom on Tuesday, the 9th of April from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Arts and Disability Connect also offers one-to-one support to artists. We call this applicant support. Applicant support is for up to an hour of support, either on the phone, by Zoom, or by email. During this time, we can review a draft application and give feedback. You could also use this time to ask us questions and bounce ideas off us. The time is limited to 1 hour per artist to ensure we can support as many artists as possible. Information on how to book these is available on our website. Applicant support sessions will be available from the 5th of April until the 3rd of May for round one. If you are having trouble booking applicant support, please email connect@adiarts.ie. How to apply for the scheme. Step 1, download the application form and guidelines from our website. Step 2, choose the award you want to apply for and read the guidelines and understand them fully. Step 3, complete your application form. Step 4, gather your application files together. These will include your application form, your arts practice CV, the CVs of the people you want to work with, which could include your presenting partner, your mentor, or any other people you've named in your application. It is very important to get letters of interest from those people. Your application files will include examples of your own work. We recommend you choose examples that are relevant to your application. Step 5. Once you have all of those files together, send your application through WeTransfer, a file sharing website. In the application form and guidelines, you will find step-by-step instructions on how to submit this. If you are not familiar with using WeTransfer, it is worth doing a little trial run with a friend or family member before the deadline so you can get used to it. To wrap up, I want to leave you with the quote from Arts and Disability recipient Mairead Fullen. Mairead says, "My advice for any present or future recipients of Arts and Disability Connect. Think big, go out of your comfort zone, and the rewards will be in reach." That brings us to the end of the presentation. We want to give a big thank you to ISL interpreter Michael Feeney from Bridge Interpreting. Thank you to the team at Stage Text for providing the captions. Thank you to Pádraig Naughton for his great work on the scheme. And thank you to the Arts Council, and particularly the Arts Participation Team, including Anne O'Connor, Karen Whelan, and Carol Magnani, who work with us on this scheme. If you have any questions, please do email us at connect@adiarts.ie. Thank you, everyone, and we look forward to reading your applications.